Most professionals who use both these tools reach for ChatGPT first. This is typical, but there are 3 specific moments in your workday where these are quietly costing you. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. It took me 20 years of teaching and more side-by-side testing AI than I'd like to admit to realize that the tool you default to isn't always the tool you should use. One of those moments involves building a fully usable work tool right inside the chat window. Not describing one, actually building one you can click and use on the spot. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through all 3 with real examples you can try today. But first, here's why these 3 moments keep catching people off guard. The question most people are asking about AI tools is the wrong one. They're comparing benchmarks, model rankings, which one scored higher on some test from last month. That's not useful for most professionals. The useful question is, can this thing handle the actual work in front of me? Can this take work off my desk? The messy, repetitive work that piles up every day. Here are 3 moments where Claude handles things differently, and the first one is more important than most people think. If you work in any kind of professional environment, you are constantly dealing with things that are too long, too dense, or too annoying to read carefully from start to finish. From contracts to reports to meeting notes. The kind of material where the answer you need is buried somewhere on page 18 and you don't have the time or patience to go hunting for it. Think of this like looking for a needle in a haystack. You may be able to put that long document into ChatGPT, but did you know it's 4 times less likely to be accurate finding that needle? But in Claude, you can drop in a large document and ask a high-value question, not just a vague summary question. You can ask something like, what are the 3 riskiest clauses in this contract? Where are the biggest inconsistencies in this report? Or, what does this policy actually require me to do? And instead of giving you a shallow overview, Claude works across the whole document in a way that feels coherent and useful, and with much greater accuracy. What I like here is not just that it can process a lot, it's that it feels built for the reality of long-form professional content. You're not just asking it to summarize, you're asking it to look throughout the entire document and find what really matters. And if your work involves dense information, this is one of those moments where the experience changes immediately. You stop feeling like you're managing the tool and start feeling like the tool is actually working with you. So let me show you what this looks like in practice. Here's our prompt. This report presents growth as a success story, but where does the data tell a more complicated or worrying story? Give me the 3 most important tensions or contradictions hiding inside the headline numbers. What I want you to notice is the question itself. I'm not asking for a summary, I'm asking Claude to think across the entire document and surface something that isn't obvious from the first page. That's a fundamentally different task, and it's the kind of task that actually takes work off your desk instead of just giving you a shorter version of the same pile. That's the first moment. Claude feels stronger when the information is large, dense, and annoying. The second one is where most people stop and say, wait, it can do that? What Claude can do well is turn an idea into a usable work tool right inside the chat window. And this is where it becomes more like an actual work assistant. Let's say you need something simple but useful for your job. maybe a client meeting prep tool, maybe a weekly report builder, maybe a small project status dashboard. Normally, that kind of thing becomes a mini project. You have to explain it, maybe clean it up, maybe even give up halfway because it isn't worth the hassle. But with Claude, you can describe what you need in plain English. And instead of just telling you what such a tool could look like, Claude can actually build something you can use right there. You can click it, you can interact with it, you can see it take shape as a real object instead of a pile of instructions. Now, to be fair, ChatGPT can help you build tools too, but Claude often makes this process feel more direct, more visible, and more satisfying for desk work. It reduces the friction between the idea and the result. And for most professionals, that friction is often the whole battle. Let me show you. Build me a simple weekly work dashboard where I can add my top priorities for the week, mark them as in progress or done, and see a quick summary of where I stand. That's a real functional tool, built from one sentence, no app, no developer, no separate project. And this is just one example. You could ask Claude to build you a client meeting prep checklist. You could ask it to build a simple project status tracker. You could ask it to build a decision log. 3 completely different tools, 3 plain English requests, the same chat window. So, Claude feels stronger when you're working with dense documents, and it certainly feels stronger when you want to take an idea and build a working tool. But for many people, the biggest difference shows up somewhere more personal than the others: writing. This one matters because so much professional communication lives or dies on tone. Not grammar, not polish, tone. You can say the technically correct thing and still sound cold, stiff, or robotic. And that's where Claude often feels different. A simple example, a difficult client email. Let's say a client is upset about something. You want to be supportive but not dramatic, professional but not cold, helpful but not salesy. That's actually a hard writing task. It's not about information, it's about judgment. If you give both tools the exact same prompt, Claude often produces something that sounds more human, more natural. Here's the scenario. You have a client who was expecting a deliverable this Friday. It's not going to be ready. The delay is partly on your side, partly a supplier issue, but either way, you have to write that email. You need to take accountability without groveling. You need to explain without making excuses. And you need to point toward the path forward without sounding like you're brushing off the impact. That's a hard email to write. Not because of the information is simple, but because of the judgment. So I gave both tools the exact same prompt. Here's our prompt. Write an email to a client letting them know a deliverable they were expecting this Friday is going to be delayed by 1 week. The delay is partly our fault and partly due to a supplier issue. Keep it professional but human. Don't be groveling. Don't make excuses. Just be honest and focus on the path forward. This is really interesting. If you look right here in the first line, you can immediately see a difference between the two. Here it says, I wanted to let you know, and here it says, I wanted to give you a heads up. That's clearly more conversational. And not only that, you have 2 choices here it's giving you without even prompting it. One direct and forward focused, a warmer, more collaborative one where it says, I want to get ahead of this rather than let Friday arrive without warning. So amazing. Now, before I show you my last piece of advice, if you liked this video so far or found it helpful, please give it a like or a comment. It really helps the channel. Also, subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. So, Claude stands out here in 3 kinds of work. That doesn't mean ChatGPT is useless. Far from it. I use it regularly. But these are the moments where Claude feels noticeably different in a "this actually makes my job easier" way. However, these aren't the first things you should do in Claude once you start using it. There is something more to Claude than most people know, and it's becoming a must-have. Click this video here to see what that is.